Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Today I have a review, swatches, and an eye tutorial, of course, on some new eyeshadow palettes from Jordana Cosmetics. Now I was browsing on their website and I always place an order every probably more like 3 or 4 months. I order their eye makeup remover, which is my holy grail favorite. I always stock up and buy like 4 bottles. But I was browsing on their website and I saw these new eyeshadow palettes and I thought, you know what, I want to try a couple. So I ended up ordering 2 eyeshadow palettes just to try them out because I wasn't sure how the quality was going to be. And I thought, you know what, these look very comparable to the ones from Milani, and we will get to that in just a minute. So these palettes retail for $7.99 each, and I have not seen them in stores yet. I know you can find Jordana at Kmart and Walgreens, and there are 8 different palettes to choose from, so I only have 2 of them here, but there are a total of 8 palettes. So each eyeshadow palette comes with 6 full-size eyeshadows. It comes in a really cute little case. On the back it does have the name of the palette, and it also gives you a little diagram on different looks you can create with the shadows. And it also comes with a double-sided sponge applicator, which actually I really like. One side is kind of pointy, and then the other side is pretty flat. I know not everyone likes these, but I actually found it pretty handy and it does apply product pretty nicely, so that is everything you get in the palette. So you're probably wondering if these are similar to the Milani eyeshadow palettes. So the Jordana Made to Last eyeshadow palettes are definitely very, very comparable to the Milani Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection, and I do have 3 of these palettes here and I absolutely love them. So here is the Jordana palette next to the Milani one. As you can tell, the packaging is exactly the same. It's the same shape. The only difference is that you do get 6 eyeshadows with the Milani palettes, but they are laid out a little bit differently. You see how there's like slightly larger, chunkier eyeshadows right here, and then this large pan right there. So they're different shapes. They're not all the same size as the Jordana palette. And with the Milani one, instead of the sponge applicator, you actually get a brush, which it's not the best quality, but it is doable. And you do get, like, you know, one end is kind of flat and the other end is kind of fluffy. So Milani ones do look a little bit nicer. They have that gold sort of packaging, which looks a little bit, you know, kind of fancy. If you didn't know, Jordana and Milani are sister companies, so they're under like the same umbrella, and you see a lot of similar products with both brands coming out with like the same kind of lipsticks or eyeliners or eyebrow products. You know, you're gonna see very similar products, if not the same quality, which Jordana is a little bit less and Milani is always a little bit more. So depending on, you know, if you want to save a little bit of money, Jordana is definitely a better option, but I love both brands. They're both cruelty free, they're both drugstore, they're both affordable, so I love both of them. In terms of quality, I do think that the Milani eyeshadow palettes are just a little bit better. They're more cohesive. I feel like each palette comes with a dark shade, a transition color, a highlight shade, and then maybe an in-between color. Like, each palette looks really nice. This one here is Bare Necessities. I mean, you see you've got like a really great transition color, a dark color, some highlight shades. It's just, each palette you can use on its own. You don't have to incorporate other colors. But one thing I have noticed with the 2 Jordana palettes is that I always find myself reaching for another shade from a different palette. So if you really do love the formula of the Milani eyeshadows, you're definitely going to love the Jordana ones. Super soft, blendable. I had hardly any fallout. They just blend like a dream. Like, the mattes are super pigmented, creamy and soft. I love that Jordana is coming out with more and more products because they really have only had single eyeshadows for a really long time. So it's nice to see them come out with eyeshadow palettes. I would definitely consider getting maybe a couple more and trying them out because I really think the quality's great. I mean, I really can't complain. All right, so let's go ahead and swatch the 2 palettes. The first one here is, I'm really excited, guys. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. So this one is called Make Me Matte, and this is 100% all matte eyeshadow palette, which I was really excited. When I saw it on the website, I'm like, okay, an all matte palette from Jordana, $7.99. Yes, girl, sign me up. Got 2 very light shades, which I wish there was like another sort of mid-tone, maybe like a taupe or a brown for like the crease, because there's really only 2 transition colors. You've got this matte pink and then this matte sort of soft brown. I actually have them both in my crease today and they're so beautiful. These are so soft, they're so buttery smooth, and if you're looking for a nice, just easy to use all matte eyeshadow palette without breaking the bank, this is really awesome. I think everyone should go out and order this, or if you can find it in store, get it, because this is amazing. All right, and then the other palette is called Mint Condition, and this one is really pretty as well, and I fell in love with this when I saw the pictures online. That mint color just, ooh, it popped right out at me. So this one has a really great highlight shade. It's got that beautiful mint green, and then the 3 shades sort of in the middle, like the peachy color, and then the sort of shimmery champagne color has a little bit of a peachy tint to it as well. And I have that in my inner corner, and it's not like intense, but it's a really pretty shade. So I hope those swatches were helpful for you guys. I definitely think these palettes are worth checking out. They have so many other pretty shades. I really want to get the purple palette, and there's like this other blue palette that I really want to try. So I definitely think that these are really good quality for drugstore, and they're definitely really good, just like the Milani ones. So if you like the Milani palettes, you're gonna like the Jordana ones as well. Alright guys, so if you want to see these palettes in action, I did do a tutorial using both, because obviously I couldn't use this one on its own. So I combined both palettes. If you want to see how I got this pretty kind of like mint on the bottom and peachy shimmery color on the lid, then definitely keep watching. Let's hop into the tutorial.
Alright, so I already primed my eyes with the Jordana eyeshadow pencil in Continuous Almond, and then I'm going to go through the crease with a matte soft brown shade from the matte eyeshadow palette, and then I'm taking the soft sort of pinky shade and applying that right over top as my transition color and just really blending that in the crease. Next, I'm taking the really pretty satin peachy shade, which this is so pretty, you guys, and I packed this all over the lid for a peachy glow, and then of course went back through with my brush to blend out the harsh edges. We want to make sure it's nice and blended. And the next, I'm using the little sponge applicator that comes in the palette and taking that same brown shade we put in the crease on the lower lash line, and then taking one of the chocolatey colors so we can smoke out the outer V. So I'm just patting this on the lower lash line and outer V, and then blending it out really well with a small blending brush. Next, I'm going to mix these 2 shades together and just blend that out even further and kind of warm up and make it nice and smoky. To highlight the brow bone, I'm taking one of the cream matte nude shades, which are so, I mean, these are the perfect matte highlighting shades I've ever used. They're so creamy and blendable. And then I'm going to take this really shimmery, it's kind of like a peachy gold color, and using that to highlight the inner corner. And then we're going to go into that mint color and apply that to the lower lash line using a large pencil brush. And of course we're going to blend that out. It's a really soft mint color. It's not like extremely bright. You could use a base if you wanted to, but I just want it to be really soft. Again, going back to that same pencil we use as a primer and just lining my waterline. And then I also use the Jordana Cat Eyeliner in black. It's not my favorite. I don't really like it, but I thought, what the heck, let's use it for this tutorial. I also applied some lashes and mascara, and that completes this really easy look.
Alright guys, so that's the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm also wearing a couple other Jordana things on my face. I'm wearing the Jordana blush in Tawny Beige, which is a really pretty blush color. I just put a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. I don't know how much you can see it, but yeah, it's there. I love the Jordana blushes. They really are amazing. Such good quality. I have like a whole bunch of these. They're like one of my favorite drugstore blushes. And then on the lips today, I have the Jordana Modern Matte Lipstick in the shade Matte Innocent. I love this color. It's like a mauve-y taupe. I love it. It's so pretty. It's one of my favorite nudes to wear. Alright guys, so that's it. That completes this video. If you did enjoy, please give it a big thumbs up. I will put links down below where you can find these eyeshadow palettes. I definitely think they're worth checking out. I'm really, really happy in the quality. I'm glad I ended up ordering them. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch today. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and I post some videos every Tuesday, Friday, and sometimes on Sunday. I will see you all in the next video. Remember, smarter beauty is better beauty. Bye guys.